the action. This should be an absolute belter. It's Manchester United against Rangers in the Europa League with Neil McCann, Stephen Thompson and Liam McLeod.
Kenny, thank you. Good evening from Old Trafford. This is the Manchester United supporters in the Stretford end off to our left. Roll a banner along the bottom tier that says Dennis Law, the King, with an image of Law with his famous number 10 red shirt right bang in the middle of it. After the legend, one of, if not the best Scotland player, a Scottish footballer, to have graced the game, passed away last Friday. The fifth meeting between Manchester United and Rangers this evening. The other four came in Champions League group matches, and most recently in 2010 when Walter Smith's side frustrated Sir Alex Ferguson's men in a goalless draw. United would win the rematch at Ibrox with a late Wayne Rooney penalty. And the other two matches coming in the group stage in 2003, 1-0 in Glasgow. Manchester United won thanks to an early Phil Neville goal, the Van Nistelrooy double, and a Forlan goal sealing a 3-0 home victory here more than 21 years ago now. The Rangers side this evening is Butland in goal, Tavernier, Balogun, Cropper and Jephte at the back, Barron and Raskin, Cherny by Rami, Yilmaz and Egaman. For the home team, Binder, the Turk in goal, De Ligt, Martinez and Yoro at the back. Diallo, Collier, Eriksson, Dallo across the middle with Fernandes and Garnacho supporting Xerxes, the Dutch striker who's been coming in for some serious criticism. He came with a hefty price tag, having arrived from Bologna in the summer for £36 million, I think it was, that took him here. He's not lived up to that price tag as yet. Referee Eric Lambrechts from Belgium is just about ready to go. And a massive night yet again for Rangers in the Europa League. These two have dropped down the league in the wake of the results Kenny brought you just before he handed to us. As Rangers look to improve on a record of just one win in their 8 away games sides in all European competition, beating Leeds United 2-1, 92-93 Champions League. They haven't managed it since. And of course, had a stab at Tottenham Hotspur last month on Matchday 6, 1-1 draw, which was still a decent point given where the opposition came from. Same league, English Premier League. Another team struggling in Manchester United as the Rangers kick off, all in blue, right to left as we watch from the main stand, high above the technical areas here, with the two managers down at the edge of them, down below us. Rangers going towards the Stretford end in this first half, defending the end where the visiting supporters are housed off to our right. It's a long ball forward into the United half where De Ligt heads it on, and now Amad Diallo picks up after that pretty poor spell really on loan at Ibrox a couple of seasons ago. Football for the home team down that left hand side as they pick it up with Garnacho moving towards the edge of the box, rolling it back to Bruno Fernandes, who was a thorn in Scotland's side, the meeting in Lisbon in the Nations League in the autumn. And down that left from Manchester United with Diogo Dallo featured in that game, indeed both games against Scotland as well in that tournament, goes out for a throw-in ultimately for Rangers, which the returning James Tavernier is over, and Stephen Thompson so huge for Rangers, I guess, given they're without Diamonde suspended, given they're without Danilo, Hadji and Nizialo, who's broken into the team recently. To have Tavernier and Butland back in the side must be a massive bonus for him.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think Liam Kelly's done well in standing in for Butland, but he is the #1 goalkeeper, and James Tavernier, the captain, he's been in these situations a number of times for Rangers over a long period of time. He knows what's required, but they are missing key players. However, the team they've got on the pitch is capable. It's a great opportunity for young Barron to get himself back in the team. He had a spell out the team after having such a promising start this season, so it's a big night for him as well.
Rangers trying to press with Czerny, but it's going to just be knocked back to his goalkeeper by Lisandro Martinez, who is a World Cup winner with Argentina and Qatar the end of 2022. As it's picked up the right side of the box, goes back to the goalkeeper Binder, who comes in for Onana, who's yet to really convince. And it's Manchester United on the ball with Fernandes dancing across the halfway line, shifting it to his left. He's going to be slipped down that left-hand side by Dalot for Garnacho. He's taking on Tavernier. He's away from him. He's away from Barron. He shoots at goal. The low effort's held on to. Down low there by Jack Butland. We've played 2.5, each. First sight of goal for the home team, though.
Yeah, it could be a tough night for Tavernier defending against Garnacho. So as we trick, step over, cuts inside Tavernier, gets the shot away, but straight down the throat of Jack Butland. Was never really going to test him, but an early warning sign for Rangers.
Scored the Puskas goal last season. Garnacho with that quite astonishing overhead kick against Everton.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah. Jeffrey has a throw down on this near side level with the edge of the D of the Rangers box. In his own half, just bowling it up the line for Yilmaz. He's lost out. The referee happy with the challenge by Lenny Yoro. Now it's with Fernandes, loses out to Raskin. Now it's with Egeman, back the way to Bayrami. Long ball pinged out to that right hand side, cut out by Dalot, preventing it from getting through to Václav Czerny. And it is the home team in possession. And it's up towards the halfway line there. The youngster Toby Collier in the side to say youngster 21 that are younger in the game. We've made big impressions already, but Toby Collier, who made his debut in the Community Shield against Manchester City last year, is in from the start for Ruben Amorim as he tries to shake some life into a side that's lost 4 of its last 5 here at Old Trafford. And that's rolled back to Yoro, who joined the club last summer on a 5-year deal from Lille, and now it's shifted, switched out to the left, and Garnacho taking on Balogun. What a change of pace, tries to pull it back. Balogun slides in. It's really good defending. Rangers having to weather a red and white storm in the early stages of this game, in particular Alejandro Garnacho on that left.
Yeah, Tavernier just got caught out there a wee bit. He was trying to anticipate the ball. It was slipped in behind him. Garnacho driving at the defence. He takes a great touch past Balogun, but actually Balogun's recovery to get in and get the tackle and hook it away with his foot was a really good bit of defending. But you're right, Garnacho's looking as though he's well up for this one.
Tavernier heads away. Collier has it over on the far side, gets it onto the touchline, and Dalot shifts it infield. Garnacho finds Eriksson, the familiar figure of Christian Eriksen, the Denmark international, restored from the start this evening. Outside to Amad Diallo taking on Jefte, back onto his left foot. He's actually their top scorer this season with 9. The absence of Rasmus Højlund in recent times. He's on the bench. Here's Eriksson down the right of the Rangers box, pulls it across and cleared by Balogun. They look like they mean business in the early exchanges here. United, they've been coming in for some severe criticism, and not least from their own manager in the wake of the defeat to Brighton here at the weekend.
Incredible, really. But yeah, their criticism is warranted. The performances are nowhere near the level you expect from a Manchester United team, especially here at Old Trafford, where over the years they've been so difficult to beat. Losing 4 of the last 5 at home is almost unthinkable for a club of this stature.
Well, last season they finished 8th, their lowest finish since 1990. And just to put that in perspective, they didn't finish outside the top 3 between 1991 and 2013, when Alec Ferguson retired. Having won the title since then, they've had to watch their neighbours Manchester City mop up. As Diallo picks up down the right, he's taking on Jefte, right hand side of the Rangers box, now level with the penalty spot, rolls it back to Eriksson, pulls it towards the penalty spot, but Xerxes is back to goal and couldn't control, and Rangers are away on the counter here with Czerny down the right hand side of the centre circle. Egeman ahead of him, still it is Czerny, Bayrami in support as well. He can't find him though. The ball out to the left is cut out by Yoro, and Manchester United happy that he was there. And perhaps did Czerny overcook it on that occasion?
Well, yeah, he was outnumbered, 2 or 3 players round about him. He didn't have that many options. Egeman makes a run to his right hand side, and Bayrami's trying to bust it up on the left, but eventually picked the pass and easily cut out.
It is Manchester United in possession over on the left-hand side with Martinez. Shifts it forward, and now Garnacho on the turn down that left-hand side. He comes again. Dalot to his left on the touchline. Finds him, looking for Garnacho, but Raskin will see it behind for the goal kick. And it stays Manchester United 0, Rangers 0, bang on the 7-minute mark.
He's quick, but he's not that quick. Again, though, he's been positive, getting the ball on the turn, making a run, trying to get in behind, but the pass was never going to find him there.
Yeah, they're having a poor time of it, obviously, at the moment, the home team, but they've actually got a pretty decent record in this competition. Generally speaking, Real Sociedad are the only visiting team to win a Europa League game at Old Trafford, going back to a knockout defeat in the hands of Athletic Bilbao in March 2012. 28 games, 1 defeat here, despite Rangers' optimism that they could potentially upset the odds and take all 3 points back to Glasgow, as that goes out for a throw-in to United on this near side of Dwayne Snyder on half.
His link-up play on the halfway line, really good, takes the touch, gets turned, then tries to fire it but outside of his right foot to Yilmaz, when actually he could have just slipped it sideways for Jefte. An easier pass, keep possession of the ball. His initial bit of play was good, but slack after that.
He's not playing tonight. Masraoui, the Moroccan for Manchester United, was warning his teammates about the impact of Hamza Iqman, his compatriot, who's in the Rangers starting 11 again this evening. Here come Manchester United down the left with Dalot. Garnacho in the underlap there. It's cut out by Tavernier though, and he smashes it clear. James Tavernier, top scorer in this tournament when Rangers reached the final in 2022. As Fernandes picks up and rolls it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Philippe Clement will want his Rangers players to test that goalkeeper. It's the 5th appearance of the season for Altay Bayindar, and he's played it short to Martinez. Still some fine footballers out there. Matthijs de Ligt on the ball here is another who's gone for multi-millions. They've given it away though cheaply, and Egerman's managed to pop it through to Raskin. He's in on the goalkeeper, he makes the save. Breaks to Yilmaz, it's a chip ball. He's tried to chip it towards the back post and drop it in underneath the crossbar, but it's over the bar, onto the roof of the net, and it stays United 0, Rangers 0. But the best chance of the game so far falls for Nicholas Raskin as he lost his footing just as he poured down on the goalkeeper.
It's a massive opportunity. It was really poor from Collier in the middle of the park. Eggman slipping it through to Raskin, who made an excellent run. I think he doesn't mean to take the touch. It just, his first touch isn't actually the worst, and then an extra touch comes off his left foot in his kind of stride pattern that just takes it away from him. It's a massive opportunity. Yeah, he didn't mean to take that extra touch, and as soon as he did, it offered the goalkeeper an opportunity to come out. Massive chance.
There's Yilmaz on the follow-up, put it over as Czerny tries to flight it out to Yilmaz on the left, and just evades him, goes out for a throw-in. He has, Philippe Clement, reverted pretty much to the side that started against Spurs, save for a couple of alterations, including John Souttar, who's obviously unavailable.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he was limited with what he could do this evening in terms of the players that they're missing. But yeah, I mean, the Spurs performance was a very strong one against an English Premier League side, so sticking with that kind of formula makes a lot of sense.
Euro with the big switch for the home team out to Dalot. It's a poor touch from him, and Tavernier pinches it off him. Czerny to the right, Bayrami through the middle. He's going to clip it towards Yilmaz, left-hand side. He shoots, and it's saved by Bayindar. Breaks back to Yilmaz. What a fabulous ball that was from Tavernier. And Yilmaz took it well, but the keeper was equal to it as Egerman tries to shoot for goal. Bayindar will go out to the left of his goal to smother the loose ball, and it will stay Manchester United 0, Rangers 0, but Rangers threatening twice in the space of a couple of minutes.
Liam, that is another huge opportunity. Tavernier does ever so well, winning the ball, driving forward, clips it to Yilmaz. For me, he's got to put his laces through it. He's left-footed, it's on his stronger foot, it's sitting perfectly. He goes for the side foot, just absolutely smash it. Try and get it on target, but the side foot ended up being weak and straight at the goalkeeper. That's 2 huge chances. Rangers should have taken one of those, definitely.
It'll be really interesting to see the reaction of the home supporters here if Rangers were able to get the lead, given the troubles that Ruben Amorim and his players are having just now, and he's not the first Manchester United manager to run into trouble since Alex Ferguson retired 12 years ago now this year. Many have tried and failed, 6 full-time managers. Zipsy handles Connor Barron's ball back towards his goalkeeper, and that will be a A Rangers free kick, which Raskin will take. He and Yilmaz, the two who have had the opportunities for Rangers, is still in the relative infancy of this game in Matchday 7 in the Europa League. Yeah, Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Solskjaer, Ten Hag, now Amorim. They're all having a go at replacing the great man, and it's just not happened for them.
I think the amount of money that's been spent in that time as well on players at this club, absolutely
astonishing,
incredible amounts.
And for, you know, the FA Cup last season, obviously, but that's small potatoes for a club like Manchester United.
It just shows you that money doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be successful.
Rangers have it with Raskin on this near side. Amorim, as he tends to do, is either walking around with his hands in his pockets or crouching down.
He likes that one. I saw him doing that earlier, yeah.
It is Robin Proper. His brother, of course, was a storied, relatively storied career at Brighton and Hove Albion. David Proper comes back the way to the edge of the Manchester United box. Yoro to De Ligt, and now Fernandes, Barron all over him. He's caught Connor Barron, and Fernandes gets the free kick.
He catches him a wee bit theatrical from Fernandes there.
It must stick in the throat of the supporters at this club, Stephen. Since they last won the title, it's been miserable. As Garnacho picks up left-hand side of the Rangers box after good work by Dallo. Level with the penalty spot. Back to Fernandes. Switches the play here for Yoro, who finds Diallo, who tries to step away from Jeff. He claims he was fouled. The referee and the linesman disagree, and that'll be a throw into Rangers.
Deep inside their
own half.
No idea why he stops. You know, there might have been a slight pull from Shefty, but just keep going. He was
trying to influence the referee, isn't he? He's not managed.
He was past him, he was clear. Just keep going.
Yeah, since they last won it, Man City have won it 7 times, Chelsea twice, Liverpool and Leicester once each. Liverpool beautifully placed to do so this season.
Yeah.
Must be tough for them when you consider the unbridled success that they had.
They were so used to winning, especially under Sir Alex Ferguson. So to see the club in the state that it's in now, I wonder whether they've get used to it now almost.
Yeah.
It's been that long, kind of been average for a long period of time now.
Manchester United have a corner won by Diallo down this right just after he'd stopped running, thinking he was fouled. He gets the corner just after, and he's going to take it himself down on this near side. An in-swinger with the left foot with the thousands of Rangers supporters bunched in behind him. In comes the corner, and it's headed away and just in front of Jack Butland, and out for a throw-in on this near side, about level with the Rangers 6-yard line. Yoro and De Ligt are in there. Going to get on the end of it, albeit I think they're both going to retreat back to their defensive postings now. There's Diallo getting it back from Eriksson. Diallo taking on by Rami, rolls it back to Eriksson. And Collier, not a great ball. It's going to be an easy clearance for Tavernier, but it breaks straight to Dallo. Out on the left-hand side, Garnacho drops the shoulder onto the right, looks for the spectacular for the top right corner. It's over the bar, it stays 0-0. We played 15.
Similar to his earlier effort in many ways. Rangers didn't really clear it all that well, and gets the ball at the edge of the box, cuts inside a couple of players. You can see what he's trying to do. He's going for that far top left-hand corner, way underneath it, goes about 2 metres over the bar. He's probably looked the brighter of the Manchester United players so far in the match.
Still only 20, Garnacho. Joined the Manchester United Youth Academy in 2020. As Yoro goes back to his goalkeeper, much to the frustration of the home supporters. Yoro has it again. It's a long ball up towards Xerxes, and he's been fouled by Proper. Manchester United free kick, level with the edge of the centre circle. Over on this right-hand side as they attack the goal to the right.
Proper's a wee bit unlucky there. I didn't see too much in that. Again, I think Xerxes was looking for the foul. Referee bought it. But yeah, I don't think Proper did too much wrong there. It's a team, actually, the whole Manchester United team. Obviously, they've got a couple in there, Eriksson, Fernandes, but you know, when you look at it, Yoro and Collier, and Garnacho, as you said, Diallo, a lot of young players.
It is United on the ball here inside the centre circle with De Ligt, and he rolls it low out to this near side for Yoro. And then the side foot ball for Lisandro Martinez. Strides up towards the edge of the centre circle, fires it to Eriksson, he spins and rolls it out wide right here for Diallo. Diallo now attacking the box up against Jefte. Steps away from a couple of challenges, his ball back towards the 18-yard line, cut out by Raskin. Diallo thinks he's getting a corner here, but it's actually going to end up just being a throw, which he takes quickly back to Yoro, who fancies his chances against Yilmaz. Down the right-hand side, level with the 6-yard line, the ball across, cut out by Jefte. Blocked by Eriksson, Jefte's clearance, and Eriksson wins it back, and Yoro finds Diallo. Diallo rolls it to Bruno Fernandes, he's going to shoot here with the left, he's well off target. It stays United 0, Rangers 0, 17.5 on the clock at Old Trafford.
Half chance it was, worked to Bruno Fernandes, he's probably a good 20 yards out on his left, but you could tell as soon as he caught it actually reasonably well, but never going on target. Rangers will be happy if they're creating these half chances and shooting from distance. Not really managed to cut through Rangers.
Well, so Rangers have had the two best chances in the game.
Oh, by a mile.
Rami up the line, can't control. It's back by Collier. Diallo gives him it back on the near side. Collier on the turn, but facing his own goal, back towards the halfway line. Under pressure, he rolls it back to Yoro, who in turn goes back to his goalkeeper, Bayinder. Short ball now for Martinez. Once again, the squat from Amarim down below us as he tries to speak to his team, cajoling them through the action here. Yoro, long ball, which is going to bounce all the way through to Jefte. He'll probably let it go behind for the goal kick here, which he does. And Philippe Clement's down there. He's talking about Amarim cajoling his team. He's doing likewise, clapping his hands, just offering encouragement. He'll be pretty happy.
I'd say so. Nearly 20 minutes into the game, they've created a couple of really good chances. Not really been looked as though they've been opened up by Manchester United. Quite comfortable, I think.
I mean, a draw will be enough to confirm Rangers' place in at least the knockout playoff round. Have eyes on the top 8. They won tonight, they wouldn't be slaying the giants of the past here. Still a massive club, obviously. As Martinez flights the ball high with the left foot out to the far side for Zirkzee, turns away from Balogun, driving forward. It's good play from the Dutchman. He rolls it low, and it's his compatriot Proper who's in the way. He finds Tavernier, who wallops it clear up towards Hamza Egeman. Can't control, and Matthijs de Ligt is there to turn it all the way back to his goalkeeper. He's almost on the 50 cap mark for the Netherlands. Is de Ligt, former Bayern Munich, former Juventus. Through the Ajax academy as a kid. He's had some football background, but now at Manchester United.
I wonder if Tom English would think he'd be a top player.
Well, if you missed that earlier, it probably won't make the podcast, so you'll never hear it. There you go. It's United on the ball, shifting infield to Zirkzee. Sorry, Tom. This is Martinez. It's not a great ball, goes straight through to Czerny. He's able to pop it through to Egeman. He's got support out there with Bayrami, plays it to the Albanian, then back to Egeman, rolls it back to Barron. Barron getting it into his stride, side foot ball onto the touchline on the far side, and it's shifted in there to Egeman. Egeman looking to work it back to Bayrami, right hand side, pulls it back, looking for Czerny, but De Ligt is there, and he clears out into the Sir Alex Ferguson standover on the far side. It is goalless at Old Trafford as we get ever closer to the end of the first quarter of this one on match day 7 in the Europa League.
Decent play again by Rangers. Egeman and Bayrami involved. Bayrami making another good run, gets in behind the Manchester United defence. Limited options by the time he got there. Looked for the cut back for Czerny, but it was cut out. But promising again.
Rangers have it. Sloppy play by the hosts over on the far side. Rangers deep inside enemy territory. Balogun did well. Now it's switched out to Jefte on the left. Find Yilmaz. Loose ball though. He's given it straight to Collier. Now it's out with Diallo on this near side. Amad Diallo, Ivory Coast international, 13 appearances it was for Rangers on loan at 21-22. He scored 3 goals, including on his debut in Dingwall against Ross County. He didn't set the heather on fire. That was the season Rangers reached the Europa League final. And there's nothing each here.
It's incredible to see how much he's developed since that period in time, because I think I, like many others, didn't really think that he would be kicking on at Manchester United from his performances when he was at Rangers, but he certainly has done that. Got himself a new contract as well.
Here comes Garnacho, driving down the left-hand side, now level with the 18-yard line, rolls it forward, low to Diallo, breaks back to Garnacho, and over the bar. It's gone behind for a corner. He took a nick just around about 7 yards from goal, maybe. I think it might be Nicholas Raskin or Robin Cooper. Raskin, I think, got the final touch as it came off him. It was off his head actually at the end, and that'll be a corner to United. Going by Garnacho's reaction, I think he thinks it's going in if it's not taking the touch.
Well, yeah, they got a wee bit fortunate with the break of the ball. It bounces it into Garnacho off of Balogun, and he probably is right. It probably was going in the back of the net, but actually you've got to commend Raskin. It's a great wee flick, defensive header. Defend the corner now.
Diallo to take, in swinging again in front of the Rangers supporters, and it comes, it's headed in! Well, United have the ball in the net, De Ligt heads home the Diallo corner. 2 Rangers players down after a head knock. It's so simple. The corner comes in, and De Ligt heads it down and into the right corner of the net, and it is Manchester United 1. Rangers 0, just beyond the first quarter.
Trying to work out here if the referee's blown for a foul or not. I mean, there was a push on the back. I think it was Yoro on Proper. He hits the deck. I think he's going to give a foul.
Yeah, I think the goal has not been given. The header from De Ligt found the net. We're just getting a chance to see a replay of it. He's spoken to the VAR soft. Or what, but it doesn't look like there's much in that at all.
That is soft. If it's for this foul here on Proper from Yoro, let's just get a better look at it now.
It'll be interesting to see what the VAR make of
this. That's not a foul. That is not a foul.
So well,
does he blow before it hit the net? That's the question.
That could be why.
I think he might have blown before it hit the net. It's not going to be
overturned, this decision. The goal looked like it had been initially given there as De Ligt nodded it home.
That's Rangers got away with one there, I have to say.
Because when you can see directly from a corner, especially in a match of this magnitude, it is hugely disappointing for the manager. But it is, just to confirm, still Manchester United 0, Rangers 0.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, I think if you're a Manchester United player, manager, supporter, you're going to be raging with this. There's not enough to put Robin Proper on the ground there.
That's a terrible decision, as Stephen says. Rangers have dodged a bullet there. It's nothing each. 25th minute. Fernandes gets it to Eriksson. Now back with Fernandes, right-hand side of the box. Gets it back towards Xerxes. And his header is way wide. And that will be a goal kick to Rangers. Joshua Xerxes was a teammate of Lewis Ferguson at Bologna last season. He was a top scorer. Scored 12 times. Just the 4 and 31 for his new club.
It wasn't an easy header. The ball in from Fernandes is decent, but probably should be doing better than he did with it. Almost looked surprised when it came off his head.
He was subbed, I think it was just after the half hour against Newcastle here, booed by the home fans. Xerxes, you're not going to feel very good about yourself if that's happening.
You're not, and you know, when you're signed for big money and you come, there's an expectation level when you come to a club of this size. You know, if you don't go off to a flyer, it can be difficult, especially when the team's performance levels have been what they've been, not good enough where you are at the table. Fans are always going to look for somebody to pick, and unfortunately for him, he's been getting a wee bit of the brunt of it. I don't think many of the Manchester United players will escape that, given the performances.
Rangers unbeaten in 7 away from home in Europe. They were to avoid defeat this evening. That is a new Scottish record. And a foul over there on Collier. So United have a free kick which Fernandes is taking really quickly. Look at the spring Diallo. Jeff Day's back there defending it. Diallo beats him to it, rolls it back to Eriksson at the right angle of the box. Little misunderstanding there between Eriksson and Diallo. It does break Diallo's way eventually. He rolls it back to Fernandes. Then Yoro, Collier, and now Martinez, midway inside Rangers territory. Back to Collier, who squares it to Yoro. You're listening to Sports Sound here. Europa League action from Old Trafford, goalless. Manchester United Rangers live on BBC Radio Scotland FM and on Sounds. And that ball is clipped out by Collier to the left-hand side for Dallo. Now down the line for Garnacho, taking on Czerny. He's got the cross, it's a clever ball there, and he's annoyed that 3 of his teammates weren't on the same wavelength as him, because he's done brilliantly to dig out the cross right along the 6-yard line, really, in the 6-yard box, and it stays goalless.
Yeah, they were all pretty much static, the players in the box. Eriksson was just hanging out at the 18. Diallo, for me, should be trying to get further in than he was towards the Rangers goal, because you can't really blame Xerxes there, but the ball in was good.
In this away run, Rangers, they've beaten Betis, Malmo and Nice, drawn Sparta Prague, Benfica, Olympiacos and Dynamo Kiev. So that's good. That's good shooting away from home, that in Europe, isn't it?
Impressive, Liam. It really is. You know, getting any kind of result away from home in European football is very, very difficult, as it's been proven over the years, especially for Scottish clubs. So it's a brilliant run for them, and if they were to get something here tonight, which looks as though they're capable of doing, then a new record for the club.
Yeah, in the country. It goes out of play for a throw-in for Manchester United on the near side. They'll feel aggrieved they're not ahead. Matthijs de Ligt at the ball in the net. The goal had been given initially. The ref then pointed for a free kick, and it wasn't something that the VAR overturned. So Martinez for United as they build again. It's a loose ball. Been a good spell for the home team, but here come Rangers. Have had 2 glorious opportunities themselves so far. It's Czerny on the right-hand side, knocks it forward to Ikeman, out to Tavernier. It's a poor ball, but Yilmaz might be able to keep it in. Oh, what a touch.
Flag's
at the byline, but the flag is up.
Yilmaz is getting so much joy down this left-hand side because of the way that Manchester United are set up. Diallo's the one that's got to come back and fill in the wing-back area. Diallo's staying up the pitch an awful lot, so it's something that Rangers really need to look at. It's where his chance came from as well. Obviously, Man, you've got the back 3 there, but Yilmaz has found himself in really, really good areas, unmarked. Diallo's not really putting the shift in to get back and get to him, so I think that's probably Rangers' best outball or outlet that they've got in the game.
Stephen Thompson, their experience of hitting the post at Old Trafford.
Don't bring it up.
Listen, de Ligt found the net and it still didn't count, so but his was on target.
Inside of the post.
Still not on target.
Right.
Just Czerny rolling it to the right, looking for support there from Bayrami. It's cut out though, and the home team are able to come away with it, and they'll be knocked out here by Toby Collier to the right-hand side. Here comes Yoro. Ball forward to Diallo, back towards Yoro, sliding in's proper. Jeffy does well to dig it out. Now it's with Yilmaz. Knocks it infield to Bayrami, forward to Ikeman. Ikeman then rolls it in the midfield here for Bayrami. He's going to bend it out to that right-hand side for Czerny. He's in a bit of space here. Chance to attack Diogo Dallo. Level with the penalty spots. A weak ball across, but it comes off the Portuguese and behind for the corner. Manchester United 0, Rangers 0. We're on the half hour.
Yeah, let's see what Rangers can offer up from the set play. The delivery in from Diallo so far in the game in the Manchester United corners has been very good. Czerny's going to take this one out in the left-hand side, in swinging corner, probably looking for a similar type of delivery to what Diallo had for the goal that was chopped off.
Corner, Rangers. First of the evening. And Václav Czerny's over it. In swinger with a left foot, coming from the Rangers right as they attack the Stretford end off to our left. Into the 6-yard box it comes off a United head, across the face of goal, and bounces out for another corner on the near side, but Yoro's just let that go behind.
Yeah, I think he didn't realise it would come off a Man U player. He could have got there and cleared it, but another corner for Rangers. This time it'll be Tavernier out in this opposite side. Another in-swinger, you'd imagine.
Regardless of the ills of the team here in the stadium, and I know there's been complaints about it recently, it's still
some place there. Some place.
Impressive amphitheatre.
It really is. Pitch is absolutely immaculate as well.
Yeah, conditions are good, barely a breath of wind. Rain's gone off. In comes Tavernier's corner. It's flapped away there by Baynder. There's just enough. Diallo trying to control, which he does. He's chopped to the ground by Yilmaz. Be a free kick. Yilmaz doing well to avoid a yellow card there.
Quite a cynical foul from Yilmaz. I think he was probably worried that Rangers were trying to get back into some sort of shape after the corner kick. Lovely touch from Diallo out of the sky.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of felt there was obviously something there when he was in a Rangers
you could
shirt.
see that he had ability, obviously, but I didn't see him breaking in at this level with Manchester United. By all accounts, his loan spell at Sunderland was far more impressive, and I think probably he'll have gained a lot of confidence in that period of time just by playing games and feeling good about himself. And I think that's part of the problem. When he was at Rangers, he probably wasn't feeling all that confident. Now he certainly is.
Yeah, delivered the long ball out to the far side, nodded back down for Garnacho by Diallo. Garnacho has it level with the edge of the D of the Rangers box, just rolling it back to Bruno Fernandes. Moves infield, he's got Collier at close quarters and finds him, and it's a low ball out to Amad Diallo on this right hand side, taking on Jeffrey and winning the throw in off Jeffrey, level with the Rangers 6-yard line on this near side.
Just feels as though Manchester United lack a wee bit of tempo, so they're playing at a pace that kind of suits them, but they've got another level or two to go.
Oh, here's Diallo trying to up the levels here as he runs in towards the box, but it's route forwards blocked by Raskin. Plays it off Eriksson, breaks back to him, and the Belgian looking for Czerny, but it's read by Diallo, who finds his international teammate Fernandes, the United skipper. His ball out to the left, cut out as well, and the groans of discontent from the home fans. They're beginning to turn now, and that'll be music to the ears of Philippe Clement.
It will be. 33 minutes into the game, and apart from the set play goal, you can't really think of too many big opportunities for Manchester United.
There's Fernandes though. We're going to thread it through to Eriksson. It's cut out by Proper, who clears, and now it's with Sandro Martinez over on the far side. Little ball infield to Fernandes. We'll roll it back to Martinez. First time in field to Collier, to Martinez, and out to Fernandes on that left-hand side.
Fernandes' vision is absolutely brilliant. He's a top player, but you can see he's already this season got 11 assists, 8 goals, but you can see when he gets the ball, he's always looking for that killer pass. The movement's good enough, more often than not, he'll find it.
There's 76 caps, 25 goals for Portugal. One of those goals came against Scotland.
Yeah.
In September, the deluge in Lisbon. Diallo chases, he's never getting there, and it sails out for the Rangers throw-in on this near side. This match, the culmination of the European action this week. Celtic sealing a place in the knockout rounds of the Champions League, still with a shot at top 8. More likely they will be in the knockout playoff round. Rangers trying to do the same in the Europa League. They aim higher as well. Saturday on Sportside, Aberdeen, St Mirren, Celtic, Dundee, Hearts, Kilmarnock, Ross County, Hibs, St Johnstone, Motherwell. Sunday it's Dundee United, Rangers at midday. Sports scene highlights on both evenings. And next week it's the end of the league phase, the first league phase, and the two main UEFA competitions, the two bigger ones, the Champions League and the Europa League. Aston Villa, Celtic. Wednesday, Rangers wrap up against Union Saint-Gilloise at Ibrox a week tonight. Lots to look forward to on Sports Sound and BBC Radio Scotland. It is 0-0. We're in the final 10 minutes of the opening 45 at Old Trafford. Yoro out to Diallo, infield to Eriksson, back to Diallo. It's a lovely give and go. Diallo driving towards the box. His pass is behind Xerxes though. The Rangers able to clear, and that's a big relief for the Rangers defence, that, because that was really positive play, and it's the injection of pace that Stephen Thompson felt was lacking in the side. As Fernandes looks to nick it through to Diallo, which he has done. Brilliantly saved by Butland's foot as he broke in just outside the 6-yard box, and he's denied by Jack Butland. And it stays Manchester United 0, Rangers 0.
That's exactly the sort of pass I was talking about with Fernandes. The movement's good from Diallo in front of him. He spots the ball, plays it, inch perfect pass in behind the Rangers defence. For me, Diallo's got to lift it. He goes too close to Butland, strikes it off. Good save from Butland in the end, but I think the wee dink was the answer there.
Jack Butland's kept one clean sheet. He's had one victory against Manchester United in his career. It all came during his time at Stoke City. clean sheet and the win coming in the same game, a 2-0 victory back in 15-16. Getting on for a decade ago. And it's Fernandes for Manchester United, having one of their little spells here. Rangers struggling to get up the pitch. Diallo picks up on this near side, faced by Jeffrey. Low ball infield to Fernandes, digs it out to the left of the box for Xerxes, it's headed away. Ericsson picks it up again, now it's with Garnacho to the edge of the D, finds Fernandes, right for the ball to the left, pull back, Xerxes shot saved, or blocked rather by Tavernier, and eventually held onto by Butland in his 6-yard box. With 8 to play of the 45, it's Manchester United 0, Rangers 0.
Decent chance again. Fernandes with a lovely ball over the top, cut back to Xerxes, hits it first time. Rangers did well to get in the way and block it. Yeah, Manchester United seen a bit more of the ball and looking a bit more confident in these last stages of the first half. I've not been overly impressed with them, I have to say.
Well, you can see why they're struggling. And there'll be more money, they'll throw more money at it. They've got a new manager who'll want to throw more money at it. You want to make changes this month.
I think he's got to get players out as well.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, clearly he's not entirely over enamored with the squad that he's got.
It's about just under 72% possession for the home team at the moment. Jeffrey picks up for Rangers, he's in the United half, he's found Ikeman, he's got a chance here to shoot from distance, it's deflected and pushed behind by the goalkeeper. Bayindir threw himself to his right, it will be a Rangers corner. And you heard Stephen there saying hit it, and it opened up so temptingly for Hamza Ikeman.
It did. I mean, the back three of Manchester United just dropped. Eventually one of them comes out to him. He's still a good 23 yards out, but it did open up beautifully. Caught it okay, the deflection almost catching the goalkeeper out, turns it round for another corner to Rangers.
0-0 at Old Trafford. Rangers corner, their second of the evening. James Tavernier over it. In swinger coming up with the right boot, right in front of the famous Old Trafford tunnel, off to our left. In from Tavernier, it's a good delivery, it's headed behind for another corner though. And Rangers have the home side, pinned back inside their own box. In fact, the hosts have taken everyone back to defend this, and pretty much every Manchester United player's in their 6-yard box here.
That's a busy old 6-yard box.
There's two that aren't. I think it's Collier or Garnacho and Diallo. The rest are all in there. Tavernier waits to take. And it comes for the back post, and the keeper has to claw it away because that might have been dropping under his bar by Inder, but it is a foul on the keeper anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. And it stays United 0, Rangers 0 as we approach the final 5 of the opening 45.
Brilliant delivery in from James Tavernier. I think he actually ends up colliding with his own player there, the goalkeeper. Not entirely sure the foul was made by a Rangers player, but as soon as generally if referees see goalkeepers going down under pressure like that, they usually give a foul, and that's what transpired. Let's see here, we've got a wee replay. Don't know if I saw a foul there. No foul for me.
Yeah, Leon Balogun is the closest player to the Manchester United keeper. Now that's taking a
clash with his own player. He clashed with Collier, but I didn't see a foul.
So nothing each. Closing stage is the first half. Stephen, how's Philip Clement feeling about things just now?
I think he's buzzing. I think he really is. I think Rangers have done reasonably well in the game. He'll be ruining those missed opportunities. I mean, to get one and then another one pretty much straight after it of such high quality chances, to miss them both. They've ridden their luck with the goal that was chopped off, because for me there's no foul. The goal should have stood. The referee's got that one wrong, but by and large, all right, Manchester United possession wise, as you'd expect, have had more. By and large, they've not really been in too much trouble.
There's Fernandes though with a long ball. They're going to get Garnacho involved, but Balogun's there to knock it back to Butland, who time with the left foot out to the far side. Tierney trying to control, difficult one for him though. He's kept it in play. I think it's a little bonus because Tavernier's managed to beat his opposite number to it, and now it's with Raskin who fires it forward. It's cut out, breaks to Conor Barron. This ball forward is blocked as he went in the challenge with De Ligt. Here is Fernandes. into the Rangers half, left of the centre circle, moving forward, stopping and turning and finding Eriksson. He sweeps it out to Garnacho on the left, up against Tavernier. Garnacho on his right side, little back heel for Dalot, in comes the cross. Xerxes can't get onto it, flicked clear by Yilmaz. Eriksson picks up the scraps and finds Fernandez. Collier out to Diallo. The right angle of the Rangers box, just about. It's forced back the way by Jeffrey. Ball infield for Collier, forward to Fernandez, now to Collier again. And out to Diallo. Midway inside the Rangers half, gets it back from Fernandez. Diallo then guides the ball with the left foot out to the far side for Dalot. Level with the edge of the D of the Rangers box, rolls it back to Fernandez. And out to the left again for Dalot. He's level with the penalty spot, back to Fernandez again, it all goes through him. Here's Lisandro Martinez, who forces a brilliant save out of Jack Butland from 19 yards left of the D. He got so much behind that to the Argentine, and Butland with a really good save puts it behind for the United corner, nothing each.
He certainly did not miss this one, Liam. What a strike it is. I think Butland's always favourite to make the save. It's a decent enough save. Barron's down. He hurt himself in that challenge with Delit in the halfway line just about a minute or so ago, and at the time I thought he's hurt himself, but the play raged on and he had to kind of get back in, but he was limping heavily. I don't know if we would get a replay of it, but it looked a sore one at the time, and he's not the sort of player that could go down to, so it would be trouble for Rangers here.
They're down in numbers, aren't they? For several reasons.
Bench-wise, to come in that sitting midfield area.
Tom Lawrence back on the bench, which is a
different type of
out for a while.
Different type of midfielder.
Yeah, he wouldn't be the one. Who do you think would be? Who would you be looking at?
If you look at young Bailey Rice, as an option, but yeah, Rangers could do without Barron being injured here. But yeah, I mean that shot there, Martinez hit it really, really well. Butland tipping it over behind for the corner. Rangers will need to defend this one better.
There's your replay.
Oh, aye. See, you can see him there. He kind of winces after the challenge.
Yeah, he's jarred his knee maybe there.
Either knee or ankle ligaments, I'd say. But he's a brave young man, so I'd imagine he'll not come off easily.
It's walking off, so it could be, even if he's just
getting through to half-time. Aye, couple of minutes. It's going to be another in-swing on Diallo's deliveries so far, and decent. Obviously that disallowed goal came from every Manchester United player at the back post.
We're in the final minute of the 45. Find out what will be added shortly. Diallo to take this corner. And the Manchester United right as they attack the goal to the right, into the near post. This time Xerxes heads it back out, and that'll be a goal kick to Rangers. 0-0. We'll settle for that.
That's all right. Wasn't the world's worst ball. Xerxes probably just gets far too much on the header. He's looking to just get a slight bit of contact and flick it on, but in the end forces it behind for the goal kick. Yeah, and Rangers have been getting here now, a couple of minutes, hang in, half time 0-0. Very pleased with their opening 45 they'll be.
Haven't scored in the 4 previous meetings with Manchester United Rangers, but as I said at the start, last time they were here it was a goalless draw. Really stoic performance from Rangers that day. They frustrated a much better Manchester United team than this one. There's Jeffrey's header, 3 minutes being added. You can hear being confirmed in the background. Diallo goes back away to Yoro, up to halfway for Eriksson, masking all over him. And Christian Eriksen's been kept pretty quiet, I would have to say, so far. United, the ball forward to Garnacho, he can't control, but it's flicked forward there by Fernandez, straight to Tavernier. Little header from Czerny, goes straight to Fernandez, lifts it up into the air out, looking for Dalot on the far side. He can't do anything with it. Czerny's done well to win a throw-in over on the far side. So we're in first half stoppage time. No goals, been chances. United had the ball in the net through De Ligt. Rangers had opportunities for Raskin and Yilmaz, in the blink of an eye took neither. So Egeman, a deflected shot saved as well. And Butland's made a couple of saves up the other end. It's been not the worst goalless game I think we've ever seen. It's proper, rolls it out to Jeffrey on the near side, and then the throw-in of Diallo. It's another couple of minutes to negotiate for the visitors. seamless passage through the Scottish Cup for them at the weekend. They've, the last couple of games at Ibrox, they've got to go to Tannadice on league business on Sunday. That's been the Achilles heel this season, those games, those ones like that. As Yilmaz picks up Rangers on the attack, and now it's Igaman looking for the break of the ball in the box. It's going to be cleared by Martinez. He was fouled by Igaman as well, and that will be the free kick. Yeah, it's been kind of, you know, coming off the back of these European matches and going into away league games, they've been caught short. Not at Tannadice, because they won there earlier in the season. That's one of their three away.
It wasn't a great performance. No, I was at the game. But yeah, they got the job done, I suppose, back then. I feel as though Yilmaz might have been fouled in the build-up to that eventual foul by Igman, but referee not buying it at all.
0-0 at Old Trafford, knocking on half-time. It's a long ball for Garnacho to chase down the left-hand side. He's kept it in as well, taking on Balogun. He just stands his ground, flicks out the foot, wins it back for Rangers. Only momentarily though, Xerxes battling for it on the far side. He can't keep it in, and it's out for a throw-in, and it's looking like a goalless half-time scoreline at Old Trafford.
It is. Rangers with another wee slight injury worry here. Balogun again in that tackle with Garnacho there, similar to the Barron one. Just caught his ankle, I think. Again, he's not the sort of player that would go down easily. Seems to be in a bit of distress, and again, this is an area of the pitch that Rangers could do without losing a player.
Yeah, and Leon Balogun, he's had his injury problems, of course, in the veteran stage of his career, but he does seem to be Clement's favourite choice as centre-back partner with Robin Proper in the continued absence of John Souttar, who is here tonight with no sign of a return yet. For Souttar, the Rangers bench is bare of numbers. I mentioned the different reasons they're keeping different players out. Diamande suspended, Souttar one of the injured, of course the ineligible Danilo, Hadji, Niziala. I was going to say actually Balogun and Proper, but it's been Niziala, hasn't it, the last few?
Yeah, he's looked good as well. Yeah, been really impressed with him so far.
I've seen a replay of the problem for Balogun. It's just when he went in with that challenge on Xerxes. He's okay to come back on. There might be another they need to tend to at the break, along with Conor Barron. So it's bowled back into the Manchester United half for Martinez. We had an added time and added time. We've just about finished the 4th minute. 3 were added. This is Fernandez. He rolls it into the centre circle, and Collier out to Diallo as the referee in Belgium brings the first half to a close. Plenty of action to talk about, plenty of incidents to talk about. Deleted the ball in the net. It was ruled out for a push, but when you look at the replays, it looks like an extremely harsh decision on the home team. We feel aggrieved to not be going in at half-time. A goal to the good. Rangers have threatened themselves though. A deflected Igaman shot was saved. There was opportunities for Raskin and for Yilmaz as well before that. And the first two opportunities for Yilmaz and for Raskin, you kind of feel that they'll both regret the fact they haven't taken them, because they were potentially in the gilt-edged category. Jack Butland's made a couple of saves as well, most notably from Martinez and Garnacho. But at half-time at Old Trafford, it's so far so good for Rangers. It's goalless.
Rangers in the Europa League.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
There's no substitute. On BBC Sounds.
Scotcast is a brand new podcast taking you beyond the headlines.
For many people, this is an issue of equality.
You know, there's several reasons why we get so animated about this discussion.
Join us through the week as we chat about the biggest stories in Scotland.
Is this the start, basically, of the 2026 election?
Stories that affect this country, that affect you, who we are, how we live.
What does it mean for, like you said, people's pockets?
It's the podcast covering current affairs along with the big moments in culture, entertainment and sport.
Scotcast with Martin Geisler. Listen now on BBC Sounds.
You're listening to European Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Rangers in Europa League action at Old Trafford. Half-time Manchester United 0, Rangers 0. Neil McCann is alongside me in the studio. First of all, Neil, just your overall thoughts on that first half.
think Rangers are relatively comfortable. Well, Jack Butland's had 1 or 2 saves to make, but Rangers, for me, but for that Diallo chance, have the 2 best chances. I agree with Tomo. They're asking one. Unfortunately, it just catches a second touch when it's close to him, and he can't quite dig it out. It might have been better just shifting it to the side and going round the keeper rather than taking it on. But the Yilmaz chance is a massive opportunity, and I agree with Stevie that he should have just laced that one back across the keeper. Tries to go safe probably. Maybe that's a left back being in an advanced position that he's not used to being in that situation, not comfortable enough, so he goes with the bigger contact area, which is the instep, rather than the top of the boot. But overall, I think it's been good. There's definitely areas of Manchester United set up that Rangers can be probably a little bit more aggressive with. And this is a hat trick for Tomo here, but he's pointed out Diallo's defensive qualities are not exceptional. I think he's definitely one that Rangers can pick on. I would like to see Efty getting a little bit closer in Manchester United's build-up, just really tight to him, so when they do try and play it to his side, that he can maybe try and steal one, because Efty's really quick, Kenny.
Yeah.
So anything over the top, you just have to be aware of that. Proper can cover the channel, but I don't think Diallo is going to spin and outrun Efty because of the pace that he has. So I'd like to see him being a wee bit more aggressive, and that means that Euro or maybe De Ligt might take more chances, try to penetrate through the middle, because I think when they've done that, Rangers set up there, because they're playing narrow, has been good, and they might get more opportunities. But so far so good. You can really see, I said to you during the game, you can really see and understand why Manchester United fans are sitting week by week and thinking, what we're watching here. I know you don't want to hark back to the great times, but there's a lack of tempo. When they do increase the speed of play, then they still look a threat. Garnacho in particular, Diallo, as I said, Eriksen's always picking up little pockets, but Zirkzee up top looks, he just looks totally isolated at times, and not really that fearsome if you're looking at Balogun and Proper in terms of a centre forward to play against.
Tom English is alongside our commentary team at Old Trafford. Tom, what have you made of the first half?
I think for the first time tonight, I'm going to agree with Neil.
Brilliant, Tom. Again.
See, he's moonwalking now because he's scared. You're in his head. You're in his head, Neil.
We got there in the end, Neil. I totally agree with everything he said. And Man United they're dominating the game in terms of possession, but they've only really got in behind once with Diallo saved by Butland. Look, they should have had a goal. Fair play. That should have probably stood. But the rest of their opportunities have been from distance, from a long way out. And they're not really. The Celtic or Rangers defence concentration level is very good. Discipline very good. They look confident in this game so far. Rangers. Man United lack quality to break them down at the moment. But Rangers, when they go forward, they look threatening. Tavernier has put 2 brilliant corners in from the left-hand side, which have caused trouble for Man United. Igaman is very physical up front. He's putting it about. He looks dangerous enough when he gets it. So they have a little bit of a threat going forward, Rangers. It's an intriguing game. It's not like the greatest game in the world, but I think it's finely poised. And the question is, are Man United good enough to break Rangers down? And as the game goes on and it's 0-0, how desperate Man United become, and how vulnerable will they leave themselves at the back for Rangers? It's intriguing, really.
Philippe Clement, Tomo, has got to be delighted with that first half performance. He'll be very, very happy, and nothing for him to look to be changing, certainly at the start of the second half.
No, but I think clearly young Conor Barron and Balogun both took knocks there, so they'll need to monitor that at half time. I'd imagine they're both the type of character that will not want to come off, so I'd imagine you'll see them at the start of the second half, but it is a slight concern for Rangers.
Balogun limped off, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Clement went over to him.
Yeah, so you just wonder about that, and looking at the bench, it's not too strong in terms of cover, but Rangers, he's got to be really, really pleased with the first half performance. Worrying about a fast start from Manchester United didn't really transpire. They've had some shots from distance that have been okay. Obviously, the Martinez one the best of those. They've not really cut Rangers open. The one ball from Fernandes in behind for Diallo, he hits it low. I felt as though he could have just lifted it over Butland. That's been their kind of biggest moment of quality. But Rangers, by and large, have defended well. They've looked comfortable. Clearly, they've not got a lot of the ball. But when Manchester United have had the ball, I feel as though their tempo hasn't been quite there. You know, there's no injection of pace. Garnacho a wee bit sometimes. Diallo down the right here, and they're doing a decent job, Yilmaz and Shefty, of doubling up on him. More often than not, he's having to kind of cut back and look for passes into Eriksen or Fernandes rather than kind of breaching and going past either one of the two left-sided players of Rangers. So he's going to be pleased. I mean, just the bugbear of not having done better with those opportunities, because they weren't half chances. Those were big chances, and you just don't know how many you're going to get in an away game at a big club like Manchester United. So I think Tom's right to point out that there's a chance that Manchester United might get a wee bit desperate and start forcing things, which would leave space for Rangers as the game goes on. But it's important that they'd remain in the game up until that point. In this second half, I wouldn't change a single thing. I think it's been a good performance from Rangers in that first half. I don't think there's much to worry about for them going in at half time, so I don't think Philippe Clement will be looking to make any changes.
Tom, what's the atmosphere been like in and around the home fans?
It's been fairly quiet, Kenny.
Yeah.
The noise you hear is coming from Rangers fans. Some noises you wouldn't want to hear from them, but anyway. The home fans have been fairly hushed, I have to say. They haven't had a whole lot to get their teeth into now, and I think they are displaying all the signs of a support that really is fed up watching this team. You know, fed up with the poor results, fed up the predictability of it. And this is not an intimidating stadium to play in the slightest. There's not a lot of noise coming from these home fans.
Yeah, it does sound actually. Just to speak about Yefty, we speak a lot about the potential of Egan. We can all see that. Yefty has just turned 21. Talk to us about the quality you see in him and the progression that could happen with the right coaching and a degree of luck in the injury front.
Speed's a wonderful commodity to have in the game. Really fit. He's got a brilliant engine, Kenny, as well.
Yeah.
Go box to box really quickly. I think from box to box is where you see his best work. But the most important work is actually from what happens from 20 yards out.
So where do you prefer him?
So I think he's got a lot to learn in terms of his defensive situations, where I think he's starting to learn as a left back when the ball's on the opposite side to tuck in towards the back post. I think he's getting better at that. I think 1v1, because he's so fast, that's what I mean, as a fullback, it's a brilliant blessing to have, because you can actually show somebody the line, even if they're an out-and-out right winger, and think, right, you're not going to run me. So you can overshow on the outside. You don't want to open up on the inside. You always want to show down the line anyway as a fullback. So in that respect, he's comfortable. But I want to see a lot more quality in the final third, because he does get wonderful opportunities. I think he is improving. But all that takes is repetition and practice, and making sure that your teammates understand that if you're in certain positions, that sometimes when you're running that fast, Kenny, it's really difficult to pick someone out, because you've got to get a head up, you've got to make sure you're aware that the ball's moved another yard or so by the time you put that head up, and then to pick someone out. So invariably you can hit first men or whatever. So I always found that when I was growing up in that position, getting into those areas, I would always practice my crossing from areas from 20 yards out, and it was about hitting areas. So then it wasn't so much that you were picking, it looked like you're picking some guys out, and if you get time you can do it, and if the ball is like actually just standing somebody up and just shifting it, you can pick areas. But more often than not, it's about the understanding of midfielders coming in at the back post. If you're going to the byline, it's a wee stand up towards in between the 6 yard and the penalty spot. So that's the areas that he can improve in. But I mean, I think his biggest attribute is his pace, and then his secondary one after that is his ability to keep going from start to finish of a football match and don't look tired. So if you can add in the little most important things, which is making sure you're good defensively, which I think he's getting better at, but more importantly, if you the way Rangers are playing, and particularly when they're talking about that away form, if you're getting into good areas, it's so important then that your quality is of a top standard.
I want to pick out another Rangers player in just a minute. First of all, I'll run through the half-time scores and the 8 o'clock kickoffs in the Europa League. Elfsborg 0, Nice 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 0, Ferencváros 0, Lazio 3, Real Sociedad 0, Sociedad down to 10 men, Ludogorets 0, Midtjylland 1, Man United 0, Rangers 0, PAOK 1, Slavia Prague 0, RFS 0, Ajax 0, Union Saint-Gilloise, of course, who Rangers will face next week, 0, Braga 1. Stephen, talk to us about Robin Proper. Are we seeing now the benefit of someone getting a run of games? Because there is no doubt at all he struggled in his early days at Rangers, particularly I think with the physicality.
Yeah, I think he's definitely improved in this most recent spell that he's had in the team. Good. But I have to admit, I wasn't having him when he first arrived.
No. I'm
just looking down on the pitch. Ross McCausland and young Bailey Rice are both stripped and kind of doing a different warm-up to everybody else, which would almost suggest that they might be coming on here at half-time, which would mean obviously Barron must be struggling if it's going to be Rice coming on. Not sure about the McCausland one though, who would come off for him, but interesting to see that. But no, I think he has improved. I think he's the answer long term, probably not.
Because right now you think, Neil, if everyone is fit, Suter and Balogun is your top central defensive partnership.
I don't think for Philippe Clement, no. I don't.
Well, what do you think?
I think they'll play. I think if everybody was fit, he'd play Suter and Proper.
Would you agree with that?
Not necessarily, no, because I like Balogun's pace, and I think he's a really good 1v1 defender.
He's aggressive as well, isn't he?
I think most importantly, he's really aggressive when the ball comes up. I don't think Proper has enjoyed that aerial side of the game over here, where they need to be really combative and physical. I think he looks a good footballer, but on that side of it, and I think you need to give a boy maybe a wee bit of leeway in terms of it. He's said it many. He's been really vocal in saying it though about having to play this different style of football. He must have known what it was going to be like, so he needs to just be a wee bit more aggressive. And I think after I don't know how many months that is he's been here now, he should be getting up to speed with it. But I still think that it isn't his strong suit as a centre back.
Philippe Clement, Tom, as we've been saying, delighted with how things are going right now. Do you think he'd be happy with a point, or do you think he'll feel there is very much there's a great chance of taking all three in this game tonight, given what we've seen from United in the first half, and also what we heard from the manager before the game, that if they go behind United, they really struggle?
I think if you were to offer him a 0-0 now, he would take it and get up the road.
Yeah.
And it'd be a very, very good result for them, especially with the injuries in this team. Just looking here, there's probably going to be a few changes. 0-0 would be an outstanding result for him. If they were to get a win, then that would be just off the scale. That would be otherworldly for Clement. But this is going to be a tough 45 minutes. A couple of subs coming on, a couple of injuries. This could be difficult for Rangers now.
Yeah, just see the teams coming back out. Saw there Alex Ray, the assistant, having a long chat with Ross McCausland on the pitch there. So as Tom said, there will be changes. Let's find out about them now from our commentary team, Stephen Thompson and Liam McLeod.
It's going to be a change for Manchester United as well. Harry Maguire, the England international, is going to come on. Don't know who for as yet. It looks as though, in fact, it will be De Ligt. Yeah, De Ligt's not come back.
I wonder if it was that same challenge that he had with Barron.
Could have been, yeah. No sign of Barron. He's going to be replaced by Bailey Rice, who makes his third Rangers appearance of the season. 2 sub appearances against Nice in this competition, and at the weekend against Fraserburgh. 18-year-old wearing the number 49 waits to come on at Old Trafford against Manchester United. What a moment it is for him, and for Ross McCausland, who will be on as well.
Yilmaz off.
Yeah, well, no, Yilmaz is here. Yilmaz is over on this side talking to
I'll tell you what's happened.
James Tavernier's
going to right-sided centre half. Balogun's off.
Yeah.
Yilmaz is going to right back.
That's what it is. And there are the changes. 2 for Rangers, 1 for Manchester United. A big 45 minutes coming up here as Rangers try and get themselves.
Now that is a makeshift back four. Now when you're looking at that, you've got a left back playing right back, and you've now got James Tavernier playing right of a 2 at centre half, which I can't say he's done that often. So that's going to add the pressure to Rangers, no doubt. Interesting, because Balogun and Barry are not the types of players that are going to be coming off the pitch unless they're injured badly.
Yeah, United get the second half underway, shooting right to left towards the Stretford end. Rangers in the all blue, the hosts in their red and white, and Rangers have a free kick for a barge there, pretty much directly from the kick-off. 76th meeting between a Scottish and English club in European competition, and just a second in just over a month. The Rangers played Spurs at Ibrox, that 1-1 draw. English clubs well ahead as that's dumped behind for a real needless corner by Diogo Dalot. Rangers corner, opening minute of the second half here.
Strange bit of play there from Dalot. I mean, it's so needless, it's unbelievable. It really is, putting his team under pressure. You could hear the supporters weren't overly pleased with it either. It's going to be Czerny with the in-swinger now in front of all these Rangers fans just behind them.
14 Scottish wins to 37 for English sides. As Czerny takes the corner, it wasn't the worst delivery, but it's headed away by Fernandes on the 6-yard line. Yilmaz goes back to Jefte and then out to Yilmaz on this near side. He's played right back a lot recently, so it won't faze him here. Distinct ball forwards cut out though, and the home team have it with Garnacho on this near side. Harry Maguire now the centre point of the back three. Here's Bailey Rice, first touch for him. Out to the left for Jefte. Jefte looking to switch for Czerny. He's off target with the pass though. It's behind the check and out for a throw-in to United right in front of Philippe Clement down below us. And watch Rangers going left to right, shooting towards their own fans in this second half. And Diogo Dalot is over the throw. His countryman and manager behind him, Ruben Amorim, arrived from Sporting Club. It's been a difficult start. Most difficult start, I think, of any Manchester United manager. It's the 5 victories up to press. As Maguire picks up, long ball with the right foot, out to the far side, onto the chest of Diallo. Diallo infield to Eriksson. Back to Diallo. Right hand side of the box, works it back in the reverse to Eriksson. He'll pull it across towards the Rangers goal, and it's put behind for the corner. It's good play by Christian Eriksen down that right, along with Diallo. Good interchanging.
Yeah, they combined really well, the pair of them. Gets to the byline, Eriksson flashes it across the face, and actually Tavernier does really well, puts himself in a really good position to get the block in at the expense of the corner.
Corner United over on the far side. Diallo over it, in swinger with the left foot coming up. Rangers have everyone back, and it comes to the back post. It was missed by Butland, but not by the Rangers defender who was there, and it was Ikeman who was on the goal line to head clear. The right place at the other end of the pitch, Hamza Ikeman. Here's Czerny dancing away from Eriksson in the centre circle, rolls it low out to the left hand side. Rangers looking to hit a counter here. Roll to the left of the box, Jefte pulls it back, and Bailey Rice is leaning over it, and it goes over the bar. What a good bit of play from Rangers down the left, and Rice was in a decent position. I mean, he's got loads to do to score from there. It would be a really fine goal if he was managing to score that, but he's kind of ballooned it high over the bar.
He'll be disappointed with himself, Liam. It's actually, I mean, I get the technique's difficult, but it's only 18 yards out, and just get your body over it and keep it down, leaning back a wee bit. You'd be disappointed with that, but it was good play from Rangers, as you rightly pointed out, down the left hand side, initially by Czerny, keeping the ball, taking a wee run in the centre of the pitch before spreading it out to the left hand side. But yeah, I think you'd be a wee bit disappointed with that one, Bailey Rice, even though it wasn't a particularly easy opportunity.
Saw a replay of Ikeman's header away off the line there. He had to be there because Fernandes was going to head into an empty net. Rangers have it here. And Rice driving across the halfway line, eager to impress. Out to Czerny on this near side. Czerny's got some movement from McCausland. The pass doesn't come. Czerny shoots himself, and the goalkeeper goes down and makes a relatively comfortable save. Binder remains nothing each.
Ross McCausland had made a great run. You're right, Czerny again cutting in the pitch. McCausland makes a lovely wee dart in behind the Manchester United defence, but Czerny, as we see so often, cutting in on the left, getting the shot away. It wasn't a bad strike, down low to the goalkeeper's left-hand side, but a comfortable save for Ayanda.
United have it with Martinez. He's playing it short to Maguire. It's another who's come in for intense criticism both with the national team and with his club side here. The most expensive defender in transfer history, Harry Maguire. The next is Josko Gvardiol. When you come with that big price tag as he did from Leicester City a good few years ago now,
it's a hard time of it for me.
He does.
I think he's better than what people think.
It's on for the second half here. It's back with Jack Butland. He clips the ball out to this near side for Yilmaz. Controls with the right foot. The ball with the left's not good though. And a chance here perhaps for United. It's slipped through by Eriksson towards Xerxes. It's cut out, but it breaks back to Eriksson. Almost managed to smuggle it through to Garnacho, left-hand side of the box. Then Yilmaz goes down all too easily. Fernandez, the disguised ball. Garnacho, he's going for the byline, pulls it back. Fernandez's efforts deflected over the bar. Well, that might have been going for the top, the bottom right corner there. But they're not taking the touch off the Rangers defender. It might well have been nestling in the bottom right. It stays 0-0 on 51 and a half.
Yilmaz has had 45 seconds to forget there. Really poor from him. Good play down the left-hand side. The cut back. Fernandez catches. I don't know whether it was going in target. Might have just kind of curled past the post, but the deflection takes it over the bar corner to defend.
Eriksson takes this one in front of the tunnel and on top of Butland. He's made a mess of it and it's in! Manchester United in front. The corner from Eriksson. Butland came. The fist got a touch, but it went behind him and agonisingly into the net. And it's Manchester United 1, Rangers 0, just 7 after the break.
Of all the ways to lose a goal, you know, Rangers have started the half quite brightly, and again it comes from the Yilmaz error, forces the corner, the ball comes in, Butland comes out. I mean, he's not played in a while, but it's a punch that he really should be doing an awful lot better with. Catches the top of his knuckles and spins back away into his own net. And all the good work that Rangers have done has been undone by that goalkeeping error.
That's an absolute nightmare.
It really is.
For Jack Butland. They got away with one in the first half when they conceded directly from the corner. Butland has got that all wrong. You'll have to carry on though. You'll have to forget that.
Well, he will, but I mean, it's how Rangers respond now. It really is. You know, it's so frustrating from a Rangers point of view to have been in the game and defending well, and especially with a makeshift back four like they've got, to lose a goal so cheaply from an error.
Yeah. Oh, Philippe Clement is furious down there when that hit the net. Because they're in the game at 0-0.
Yeah,
they're looking at winning the match. They're still in the match, of course. They're just one down, but that was a nightmarish goal to concede. And both times Manchester United have had the ball in the net. It's come directly from a corner.
Yeah.
And it's Lisandro Martinez forward to Xerxes, pushes it back to Fernandez and then back to Maguire. It's outside the centre circle. Moving away from Igaman, low ball, Xerxes onto it, now Fernandez. Fernandez with the right foot out to the left here for Dallo. Back to Bruno Fernandez. Little delicate ball, he's found Diallo, what a ball it was, and Diallo with the acrobatic effort over the bar. He's offside anyway. That's a wonderful ball from Bruno Fernandez, and that is the quality that he possesses.
It most certainly is, Liam. I mean, we've seen him do it 3 or 4 times this evening. The quality of the pass is outrageous. Diallo, I think it's gone way too early and tries the spectacular overhead kick after taking a poor first touch, but his vision, he just sees things. He just sees the picture. Diallo's a good metre and a half offside.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that makes the pass look a bit better, doesn't it? But it was a fabulous marvellous attempt by
Man U
Fernandes.
fans have woken up, I see.
Yeah, we'll be hearing that across the airwaves here on Sports Sound, BBC Radio Scotland FM and on Sounds. Rangers behind at Old Trafford. United are going to bring on Tyrell Malacia here. Former Feyenoord player, 9 times capped Dutch international. He was in the squad for the World Cup in Qatar. And he is going to come on. And he's going to replace Lenny Yoro. It is the change. Manchester United number 12 comes on. Played for Feyenoord in the Conference League final when they lost 1-0 to Roma in the inaugural Conference League. And Malacia is on. So Ruben Amorim will be feeling a bit better now down there. It was threatening to be another evening of woe here in front of their own fans. I mean, they're still here in ginormous numbers. We know the reach of Manchester United, of course, but despite the results, they still pack this place out every other week. It is Martinez, rolls it back the way, and it's cleared by Dalot. It's not a great ball, but it does find Eriksen's happy accident in that. It's now with Bailey Rice in the centre circle for Rangers. Rolls it out low to Yilmaz. Down the line for Czerny. Czerny's looking for Nadim Bayrami. We've not really seen him in the game, to be honest.
No, he's been quiet. I mean, so's Eagman, to be honest, but he's not had a lot of service. Looking a bit frustrated out there.
United have a throw-in down on this near side. That will have set Rangers back, that goal going in there off Butland. They need to react to it, but it's United who are playing the ball about with confidence. Fernandes, not a great touch by Diallo as he sprayed it out to the right, and Jeffney clears. And he touched back here to Harry Maguire. Side football forward to Fernandes. He goes back to Maguire. Just absolute confirmation that it's a Jack Butland own goal has come through. As Tomo says, spun off his knuckles and agonising for him, isn't it? Just going back the way into his own net.
Just coming back into the team as well after being out.
Liam Kelly performed pretty well, hadn't he?
He did. I think Liam's
absence.
I think Liam did really well. I think his kicking is probably his best attribute. His distribution's absolutely superb. But it'd been good for him to get a run in the team and a taste of it.
Jack Butland's fit, and he's played here before, and all that experience as well. But then he can still make the mistakes, and that was a real blunder. The Rangers number 1, and his team are behind, and Philip Clement wants to make another change here. And again, it's another youngster coming on in Findlay Curtis.
He did well at the weekend when he came on against Fraser-Borough, looked really bright. I know Neil liked his performance, I heard him say that. So what an opportunity for this young man.
It's an immense opportunity to come and play at Old Trafford in Europe in a competitive fixture.
Certainly never forget this night. Oh, Czerny's down, so it must be for Czerny.
It was his Rangers debut against Fraser-Borough, and he's got a second appearance. He's going to be here.
Not bad going, eh?
It's a blow here for Rangers again, though. Václav Czerny.
I tell you what, if they're going into the weekend's game with Czerny, Balogun, I suppose the one bonus for them is that they'll have Nsiala to pick, Kaji to pick. So
Diamonde will be back as well.
Diamonde, yeah. So it's maybe not that bad, but not ideal for Rangers. But a brilliant moment for this young man coming onto the pitch. To join his teammate Bailey Rice as well.
Yeah, another 18-year-old, and I know that's a source of frustration going down the years. It's 1-0 Manchester United here, 58.5. We're just beyond that now. I know it's a source of frustration for many people with the pathway at the bigger clubs. You know, it's more difficult for the youngsters to make the breakthrough, make the transition from the youth team to the first team.
That is, but you've got to be given the opportunity, and I just think there's been a lack of opportunities for young players. Rangers invest millions and millions of pounds into their academy, and they've got a lot of talented young players in the academy, but they just don't seem to, over the years, have been given the opportunities. You're never going to know if they're good enough until you put them in.
Well, Man United 1, Rangers 0 here. And there will be a free kick here, and it's going to be Maguire. Just rolls it to his right for Dalot, who's moved to right centre-back, having played over at left-back in the first half, which is his accustomed position. It's rolled all the way back to Bayindir. First time from the goalkeeper, along with the right foot. Underneath it is Tavernier. Fernandes beats Rice in the jump. Gets it back. Fernandes, lovely little flick with the right foot out to the left there. Malacia, now Garnacho. Garnacho attacking the Rangers box. There's no space to shoot. Lays it back to Fernandes. He just dinks it to his right for Dalot. Got a good understanding, those two. Eriksson takes over. Now Diallo. He's in the Rangers box. Hits the byline. Tries to pull it back. Does so. Garnacho blocked on the line. Oh, he's got to score. I mean, I think he's ended up flicking it with the outside of the boot towards the far corner. There were 2 Rangers players on that post.
It was really strange, Liam, how he manages to... Like, it's maybe coming up a bit.
It's actually his left foot.
He's a bit quick to take it first time, maybe, and then he takes a touch. I think his touch moves it onto his left foot, but he kind of goes to the opposite side of the goal.
There's Garnacho again, left-hand side of the box, pulls it back, cut out, Rangers clear. It's been difficult since the break. They did well in the first half, Rangers, but they're flailing a little bit at this precise moment in time. As it stands, Europa League table has them 14th. The hopes of top 8 will all but evaporate tonight if they lose this game. Manchester United up to 4th in the table, with only Lazio, Eintracht Frankfurt and Athletic Club ahead of them. Rangers clear the lines towards halfway. Still obviously in a strong position to ensure that they've got European football in the spring. That's what they want.
Just make next week's game all that bigger, massive game now if Rangers don't get anything from this one.
Union Saint-Gilloise up next for Rangers. They've still got plenty of time in this one. Still about a third of this match to go, so far from out of it, but it is it's not quite a scratch Rangers team that's out there. It's not far off it. There's Tavernier very deep inside his own half. He's giving it straight to Garnacho though. Garnacho down with the corner flag. Foul by Tavernier. Free kick as good as a corner down the near side. It is 1-0 Manchester United on 62.
That was a wee bit harsh on Tavernier there. He gave the ball away initially, but then entirely sure he maybe just catches Garnacho's foot. Yeah, you're right. This will be an in-swinger again. It looks like Eriksson's over the top of it. See if Butland comes to try and punch this one.
He'll be looking at this nervously. His own goal on 52, separating the teams right now at Old Trafford. Eriksson with this free kick. I said it was as good as a corner. It's level with the 6-yard line. Eriksson over it. Rangers leave everyone back bar McCausland. In from Eriksson, right-footed towards the back post. Butland gets his fingertips to it and tips it behind for the corner on the other side of the goal.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he would come for another one after what happened the last time, but he comes, gets enough on it, can only put it behind for a corner, right enough.
Manchester United corner from their right-hand side as they attack the goal to the left, the Stretford end. And then swinger from Amad Diallo. Looking to punish his old team. Bit of movement from Dalot, a couple of others, Maguire's in there, and it comes, and Butland punches away, this time decisively. Little foul by Eriksson and McCausland. It might well have been, but I think he has actually given it for that one. There was another foul straight after that.
I think he was trying to play a wee bit of advantage there, Liam, because it kind of broke to a Rangers player, but yeah, there was 2 fouls in there. Definitely a foul from Eriksson on McCausland. Rangers struggled to get kind of up the pitch in the last 10 or so minutes, not really looking a threat anymore in the game.
No, they're not getting into dangerous positions as they were in the first half. I wouldn't say it was regularly in the first half, but they were getting the odd moment, weren't they, in the final third?
They were. And at the start of the half, they had a couple of wee sniffs as well, but it's gone a wee bit stale.
It's 3 wins in 12 games for Manchester United. Their Europa League record here is very good. 1 defeat since 2012, albeit a few seasons in the Champions League in that time. It is with Lisandro Martinez. He picks up and then rolls it back the way to Harry Maguire. Martinez is an interesting character. He was in the Argentina victorious World Cup squad. He was an unused substitute in the final. As he's played out to Garnacho on the left, he goes down, and that's going to be a United free kick, level with the edge of the D of the Rangers box on this main stand side.
They just faced Yilmaz up. Get a wee look at the replay here. Not entirely sure that Yilmaz does anything there. But they've got the free kick. Not too dissimilar from the last one they had. It'll be Eriksson again. Imagine it put it right in on top of Butland into that kind of penalty spot area.
Eriksson again is almost out in the touchline, maybe just a foot away from it on this near side. Eriksson from the big men in there. Xerxes, Maguire. A second goal you would think would kill the game. 65.5 played, United 1-0 up, and it comes as a free header wide from Maguire. What a chance! I mean, he just has to score and finish this game as a contest. Stays Manchester United 1, Rangers 0.
It's a sitter, and the delivery is absolutely magnificent from Eriksson. Maguire 7 yards out, free header, nobody had picked him up. Just kind of skiffs it off the side of his head and wide of the post. Big chance.
If somebody had found you at Old Trafford with a ball like that, you wouldn't be hitting the post, you'd be hitting the net.
Yeah, that was an easier chance than the one I hit the post with. Yes,
of course it was.
Yes.
Of course it was.
Let off for Rangers, because at 2-0, there's no way back.
Yeah, it would have been game over. The unbeaten away run over. They're still alive, but here come United again, and it's Diallo driving down the right hand side. It breaks to Eriksson, clip ball in, headed away by Tavernier, helped on its way by Rice, picked up by Malacia on this near side. He's turning away from his man and rolling it back into his own half for Harry Maguire. We'll hope that miss isn't costly. Big number 5 picks up right in the centre circle, guiding it out to that right touchline for Diallo. You can see that, well, this is a team that's massive confidence that Amad Diallo certainly is. He's the one who's had the swagger. Him and Bruno Fernandes have been pretty consistent in recent times, even if the others haven't been. Maguire plays it short to Martinez on this near side. Ball forward for Garnacho on the turn, away from Yilmaz into the centre circle. It's a dreadful ball there by Collier, picked up by McCausland, and now he's got Egeman away down the left-hand side. Egeman's not been able to get into the game, but he's beyond the midway point of the United half as he plays it in field here, and an opportunity for Curtis to get a touch on the ball, but it wouldn't fall for him.
Yeah, it wasn't the best pass from Egeman. His movement was good to get on the ball in the first case, the pass from Ross McCausland out to him, but then he kind of lacked conviction as he was cutting in the pitch, and the pass eventually into young Curtis was a poor one. He's having to stretch for it. That's the first time I can remember in the last 10-15 minutes that Rangers have actually been in a position with possession of the ball high up in Manchester United's half.
There is a campaign to get one of the stands here named after Dennis Law. They've already got Bobby Charlton and Alec Ferguson up on the top of the stands. You can see Sir Alec Ferguson's name as the ball comes in from the left, headed away by Jefty. Breaks to Fernandes, the edge of the Rangers box, looking for Diallo, cut out well by McCausland. And now it's Proper who rolls it to Raskin, flicks it down the line for Bayrami. Cyril Dessers is going to be on shortly for Rangers. Does he put him in there with Egeman, or does he?
Well, yeah, Neil was suggesting that before the game, wasn't he? Bayrami's had a really quiet evening, so it wouldn't be a daft idea to put Dessers up top and just have Bayrami playing, Egeman playing off Dessers, especially now that they need a goal.
Fernandes looking for Xerxes, who slips, and now it is Tavernier. Tavernier now marauding forward up towards the edge of the United box, pulls it back to Rice, out to Curtis on this near side, level with the United penalty spot. It is Curtis, gets it back to Rice. Rice looks up, spots McCausland, left hand side of the 6-yard box, but his header's tame, and he comes right through to Bayindir, who holds on. It's Manchester United 1, Rangers 0, almost on 70 minutes here. Desser's coming on.
Yeah, it was a decent enough ball from Rice to the back post, but McCausland couldn't get any purchase on the header. He was leaning away. It may have been better trying to just take a touch, but yeah, bringing Dessers on, he'll be in confident mood after his hat-trick at the weekend.
Yeah, I would have thought so. First Rangers hat-trick it was for Dessers, took his tally for the season to 16.
It's good going. I mean, for a guy that's kind of
slaughtered,
continually criticised, 16 goals in January, I'd certainly have taken that.
There's no certainty he's going to be a Rangers player at the end of the next week, isn't it?
Been linked with a few clubs already this week. Let's just see who's coming off here.
Yes, so Dessers is coming on for Miami.
Yeah, it had to be. It's been a difficult evening for him. He's not had an influence in the game. He's worked hard, but really struggled to get on the ball and be a creative force for Rangers. I wonder whether Dessers will just go right up top with Egeman as a 2.
Yeah, well, Manchester United, it may be that they're the better side in the match. They've got a 1-0 lead, but there's a weakness there. As Tavernier picks up, driving towards the edge of the box, rolls it with the right to Egeman. It's a dink ball in, it's clever, looking for Raskin, he gets the header, couldn't quite find Dessers in the 6-yard box. Dallo got in the way, poor touch by Xerxes, he's knocked forward there, and it goes right through to Bayindir, who holds on. Rangers trailing 1-0, what have they got?
That was a wee half chance, I think the ball in was decent. Raskin trying to head it back across goals to where Dessers was. At least the Rangers have had a couple of half sniffs in this last 5 minutes, pushing up a wee bit.
There'll be a double change for the home team shortly. Kobe Mainu, the England international, is going to come on. He dropped out of the starting 11. And he will be on in just a moment. There's going to be a double change, but it eventually gets back from Yilmaz to Butland. He was the coolest man in Old Trafford there, Yilmaz, because that looked like he was putting his goalkeeper under all kinds of trouble. The other change is the Uruguayan Manuel Ugarte. We'll find out who they are replacing shortly. It is Raskin for Rangers, back to the edge of the centre circle for Proper, switches it to the right of it for Tavernier. Well, having Dessers on gives them another option, and it allows Egeman to perhaps go into little pockets that he wasn't getting into before.
Yeah, he's been to the star of the service tonight, is Egeman. First half he had a couple of shots, maybe half opportunities, but
look at a foul, and
it did look a barge in the back.
It was Malassia's challenge.
It did look a barge in the back. Referee didn't buy it, linesman neither, he was right beside it. There's a Man U subs.
Yeah, Collier's coming off. Seen as much of him in the second half as we did the first. Ugarte will come on for him. Another arrived last summer. He came from PSG. Signed a 5-year contract, £50 million. Another example of the money that they're spending on players, and to precious little in the way of major honours. Again, FA Cup last season, but Eriksson comes off, is replaced by Mainu. The amount of money they've been spending is eye-watering.
That is, and I've been watching Zuxi this evening.
There is a player playing with no confidence,
leading the line, and you're just wondering what is it that he's bringing to this Manchester United team. He's the main striker, and I've not seen an awful lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Think of some of the United strikers going back down the years: Hughes and Cantona, Cole, Van Nistelrooy, Rooney. Xerxes is not in that category. Here come Rangers. It comes back to the edge of the box. Jeffrey takes a touch and shoots, but it's straight to the goalkeeper, who holds on. It stays Manchester United 1, Rangers 0, almost on 74.
It was a good cutback from Egeman, gets to the byline. Every Manchester United player misses it, comes to the edge of the box. Jeffrey's there. I thought as well he could have hit it first time, might have been difficult. He takes the touch. You can see he's trying to get the dip and volley away, but didn't get the purchase on it that he was looking for. But again, it's another small chance for Rangers. They're coming back into the game in terms of creating opportunities. Nothing really massively clear cut though.
Union San Gilmas to come next week. That was a game when the fixtures were released that they earmarked for 3 points. This one not so much. Anything they get out of it's a bonus. And if they want top 8, they need something out of this. And here's Egaman driving forward, but he waits too long when it breaks. We have Curtis, but it's a weak effort, side foot with the left. And he comes harmlessly through to Bayindar. It stays 1-0 to the home team.
Egaman picked up the ball there in a really good position, starts driving forward. Dessers had made reasonable movement to his left-hand side. The slip ball was in early, but he just takes touch after touch after touch and eventually sounded out.
To come on Saturday, Aberdeen St Mirren, Celtic Dundee, Hearts Kilmarnock, Ross County Hibs, St Johnstone Motherwell. Highlights in the evening. Dundee United Rangers on Sunday, midday kick-off at Tannadice. Highlights in the evening again. Next Wednesday, Aston Villa Celtic in the Champions League. And that game between Rangers and the Belgians on Thursdays, Dessers goes down, but the referee's not interested in the protests from both he and the Rangers supporters. He thinks his jersey's been pulled a little bit there. It's just a goal kick to Manchester United, and it stays 1-0 to them.
Yeah, he's got previous for this. Dessers, when he goes down in the box, he's always looking for telling the referee that his jersey's been pulled. I think it was maybe just out muscled there by Harry Maguire. We'll get a wee look at it here. Maguire's certainly all over him, gets a grip of his arm, but there's not enough in it for me.
He's grabbing Maguire's shirt as well, isn't he?
There's not enough in it.
Yeah.
Should have done better actually once he'd got his body in front there, Dessers.
It's Malacia on this near side. Keeps it in play, finds Maguire in field. Maguire out to this left-hand side. Menu knocks it back to Malacia. Now with Martinez. He goes back to his keeper. The draw for the next stage of this in the Champions League, Conference League as well, but of course Scottish interest is gone from that tournament. Next Friday, with the conclusion of the league phase, the top 2-tier competitions. This is Matchday 7, penultimate games in both the Champions League and Europa League this week. There's a long ball forward looking for Diallo. Cropper's made a mess of it, and now it's a chance here, and Diallo, he lashes it, slashes it well wide, and it stays 1-0 Manchester United.
Big long diagonal ball over the top. Cropper should deal with it a lot better than he does. Diallo, I mean, he's really just tried to absolutely hammer that, got it all wrong, 16 yards out, really should be hitting the target, goes for power and just slashes it wildly into the Stretford end.
So now with Martinez, Rangers long ball is easily eaten up, and now Menu rolls it out to Garnacho on the left, taking on Yilmaz. He did get the overlap, but it's back with Menu now to Fernandez. A little touch there from Ugarte. And back to Martinez. Rolls it out to the left. Malacia. Now Garnacho. Garnacho in field. It's a lovely turn by Ugarte, but sticking to his task there was Raskin. Rangers have it back now. Dessers is stretching his legs, coming up towards the halfway line. Pure ball by Dessers. He was looking for Curtis. Rangers lose out in the midfield. The ref blows the whistle. Manchester United free kick. Just inside their own half. I mean, it's got to be better from Dessers.
Yeah, I mean, he broke quite well, but then he's got on his left-hand side the option of McCausland, I think it was, and then on the right-hand side, he's two options. Just seemed to get it stuck under his foot before he went to make the pass, and it was actually a really decent opportunity. Rangers had 3-4 men breaking with him. Got to do better.
Harry Maguire, midway point of his own half, fires it forward with the right foot to Fernandez. Back it comes Ugarte. Now it's with Menu. The home team looking for the goal that would seal the points, and in all likelihood a top 8 place. Menu with the right foot out to the left hand side here. Malacia into Menu. Field for Fernandez. Fernandez under pressure, but he gets it back to Malacia. Now it's with Garnacho, left angle of the Rangers box. They attack the goal to our left. with Fernandez taking it infield, stabbing it back the way to Dalot, and out to Diallo, taking on Jeffrey, going down and winning the free kick. Jeffrey's gone into the book here. Yellow card for Jeffrey.
Looked a foul, not sure it's worth a yellow unless it's for kind of totting up fouls throughout the game, but I can't think of him making that many. Definite foul right enough.
I don't think the ref liked it, and he's straight to his pocket. He wasn't even thinking about it. Jeffrey yellow carded. Manchester United have a free kick just about at the right angle of the Rangers box. And we are about to head into the final 10 minutes. Jeffrey booked. Might be a sight of Rasmus Højlund shortly for Manchester United. He has been out of the side. Fernandez waits to take this free kick. Rangers cannot afford to concede again, or it is game over. Fernandez is over it. Right through the delivery's a good one. Xerxes, I think, might got the final touch. Ugarte was in there too, and the goalkeeper saves. And it stays United 1, Rangers 0.
I tell you what, the quality of the ball's sensational, but the save, I think, is a brilliant reaction save. I think it might be
Ugarte.
Yeah, it is. And again, it's only 6 yards out. He gets enough pace in the header. Butland does really well to kind of scramble it round the side of his post. Didn't have hardly any time to react.
Well, the Dane Højlund will be on momentarily. Manchester United corner from that Butland save. And it comes, Diallo again, it's headed away by Egeman, who's at the back post again, and the referee blows the whistle.
What a header that was from Egeman. He got about 25 yards on that header there. He's done well with that actually at the back post, done his job well defensively.
Comes the change.
Substitution for United, replacing Joshua Xerxes.
Xerxes, much maligned Xerxes, makes his way off.
At least he's getting a
special,
better
yeah, there's a special cheer for Højlund here. I think that's mainly
for Højlund.
The cheers are for.
All right, okay.
In comes Højlund, 7 goals this season. Former Atalanta player. He was top scorer here last season with 16, one more than Bruno Fernandes. And of course a certain Scott McTominay was up the goal scoring charts as well. And quite frankly, when you see this United team, you just wonder why on earth did they sell him.
Yeah, considering how well he's doing in his new job.
He was underappreciated here, wasn't he?
I'd say so.
Perhaps better off out of it than he is. He's loving life in Naples.
Top of the Serie A.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Oh, absolutely.
Amalfi Coast.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Lovely. There's Garnacho for Manchester United. Infield to Malacia, deep inside his own half. Takes it up the line, cut out, breaks back to Rangers with Yilmaz. Not a great touch, but he gets the break in the ball. Does Curtis, and now it's Rice. He's got it through towards Dessers! Oh, it's so close. It bounces off the post. He's won a corner, he's not getting it. Well, I thought that was in. I thought that was an equaliser. And there are United fans to our left absolutely furious that they've given Rangers a sight of goal. Has the goalkeeper got a touch on that?
I'm not entirely sure.
I think Dessers thinks he has.
Yeah, he does, but I'm not sure there's much more Dessers can do. He does really well. The ball in, I think it was young Bailey Rice with the wee clip over the top. Was
lovely, isn't it?
A lovely wee pass. He would have been offside anyway, by the looks of things.
Yeah, he's on the line there. Yeah, the defender is at the 18-yard line.
He was offside. He just lifts it over the goalkeeper. We'll see here if he gets a touch in this replay. Nah, I don't think he does.
No, doesn't look like it.
He's really unlucky. Comes off the post, but it wouldn't have stood anyway. Offside. Good pass from young Rice.
Well, it hasn't resulted in a goal, but Clermont will be very happy to have seen that from Bailey Rice, the youngster. Tavernier goes back to his goalkeeper. Rangers running out of time. We are deep into the 84th minute. 1-0 Manchester United. Rangers absolutely would have signed up for a draw before kick-off, and they've still potentially got a chance in them to get that.
You've got to say, Philippe Clermont's been brave. Basically playing a 4-4-2 now with 2 wingers. He's brought on 2 kids at 18 years old as well. I don't think this is a lineup he would have envisaged in his head when the draw was made for this game, but he can't be accused of not having a go for it.
Here's Menu for Manchester United, just rolls it infield to Fernandes, midway inside the Rangers half. To the right for Diallo. Diallo forward to Menu, now with Fernandes, good play, right hand side to the byline, pulls it back, blocked. And Rangers clear through Rice out the far side. And we're throwing to the hosts. We lead 1-0. Diallo has it, infield to Fernandes. And back the way to Dallo. Into the centre circle now. United tried to take the sting out of it. Out to Garnacho on the touchline. Back down the line for Malacia, who flicks it back to Harry Maguire. Rangers have 5 minutes plus stoppages left to try and save this. It's a long ball, Hoyland's giving chase. Hoyland doesn't get through the defender, neither does Malacia, and Rangers clear through Yilmaz. Out for a Manchester United throw-in on the left-hand side, about level with the edge of the D of the Rangers box.
Just been a break for a Manchester United player. Ball in over the back of the Rangers defence. Hoyland was trying to get onto it, just wouldn't sit for him.
With Lisandro Martinez, just across the halfway line he goes, down the left. Shifts it infield there, it's not a great touch, and McCausland might be onto it, but did enough there, Ugarte, just to work it back to Dallo. There's Diallo on the far side. And the pace of Amad Diallo, he goes down, he's not getting a free kick though.
Slack.
Ball out of defence is poor from Raskin. Ikeman trying to win it back, but he's been beaten to it by Malacia.
It's got to be a foul.
Here's Menu, Ikeman looking at the heavens, he's not getting a free kick. Here comes Garnacho, he's at the edge of the box, he shoots and Butland saves. Throws himself to his left. Jeffrey battling with Diallo on the far side. It remains 1-0 Manchester United.
Come on,
Rangers still have time.
Dessers got to link the play better there. You're getting into the last moments of the match. The ball's played up to him. It's an easy one to control, and he does a first-time flick round the corner and gives possession away. Just take your touch, secure the ball. He had options facing him, he had options to his right-hand side. It's got to be better.
We've seen a replay of Garnacho's effort. He got plenty behind. It's a good save by Butland.
Yeah,
but this is the thing. This is the problem for Rangers, is that they're going to be left thinking what might have been those two glorious chances for Raskin and Yilmaz in the first half, and the fact that right now they are losing to a Jack Butland own goal directly from a corner. That's what's going to be the source of frustration for Philippe Clement tonight. If they don't find an equaliser.
100%, Liam. You know, because it's not as if, well, I suppose you could look at the Maguire header, the other header,
De Ligt one that found the net in the first half, which was ruled out.
A couple of saves from Butland. They have looked, they're more likely in this second half. If that mistake hadn't happened, there's nothing to say Rangers wouldn't have just held on.
Zach Lovelace is going to come on for the closing stages. 2.5 of the 90 left. Back with Butland. Rangers still very much in the battle, even if they lose this game. Ikeman was clearly being fouled by Harry Maguire there inside his own half. Rangers free kick. Philippe Clement wants to make the change, the next break in play. Rangers have it in play, and it's Tavernier. Long ball looking for Dessers. And Maguire's been a mess of it, and Dessers scores! Dessers scores! Right in front of the Rangers supporters, who erupt here at Old Trafford. A sensational moment for Cyril Dessers. What a finish it was! A blunder from Maguire, and Dessers has finished that handsome. And Rangers hopes of a top 8 finish and alive and kicking here. An incredible moment with 2 to play. Manchester United 1, Rangers 1. Step forward, Cyril Dessers.
I'm just wondering whether he's offside or not. I hope not. We'll see in a minute once we get a replay of that. But I tell you something, his first touch and finish here are right out of the top drawer. Absolutely sensational. For a guy that gets slaughtered, the quality of this touch and finish are incredible. Let's just see, I think he's onside. What a goal from Cyril Dessers. I'm telling you, that is of the highest quality.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Zach Lovelace has been told to put his trackie back on, and Leon King, centre back, is told to come on. Well, Maguire has made a mess of it. Dessers, though, still got to do the work there to give himself the opportunity. I mean, it is honking from Maguire, but Dessers, wow, what a touch and turn and finish.
Liam, that is seriously good. I mean, the ball over the top is a ball that normally you'd expect a defender to deal with. You're right, Maguire does not do well, but after that there is still so much to do for Dessers, and the first touch makes it for him, and then to hit it on the half volley and keep it low into the corner, I'm telling you, what a goal.
17 for the season. Well, we remember his goal in Greece against Olympiacos. It was of the highest quality as well. He's got it in him. Yilmaz off, King on. 1-1. Dessers onside. He's right on the line. And it's just a wonderful finish. And with 5 minutes of stoppage time to go, Rangers have it again down the left-hand side with the goal scorer, Dessers. Rolls it to McCausland, away from one. Can this get even better for Rangers? Poor touch by Dessers in the box, though. United come away with it. King steps in, knocks it forward to the edge of the United box where Maguire clears. Garnacho with a touch, driving at Tavernier. Tavernier reacts so brilliantly. Wins it back, just brushes Garnacho off the ball, and back it comes to Butland.
He absolutely had to make that challenge as well, because King had been caught higher up the pitch. Tavernier was coming out into the right-hand side area from right centre half. He had to make that tackle. Really good defending.
Rangers with Raskin, ball forward, the little cushion header by Curtis, couldn't find Dessers. United clear by Maguire. It's not a great tackle by Raskin, it's going to be a United free kick inside the centre circle. Now, that goal has taken Rangers up from 14th to 11th in the table. They started this week in the top 8, but they'd be on 12 points, and just a point behind 8th place Galatasaray going into the final match next week against Union Saint-Gilloise. Still work to do here. Both these teams will think they can win this.
100% now, aye.
And Rangers going up against a vulnerable Manchester United side who will be flooding forward looking for a winner themselves.
So you've got to give credit to the manager. As I said, a wee bit ago, sticking the two up top and going for it.
Not over yet. Martinez, what a ball! It's in! Manchester United score! Rangers thought they were getting out with a point, but Bruno Fernandes has just lashed it home. It's an absolutely wonderful ball in by Lisandro Martinez, and Fernandes thumps it past Butland, and it is now all of a sudden Manchester United 2, Rangers 1. Heartbreaking for the visitors.
I mean, honestly, you're thinking Rangers are coming out here with a point. It's an unbelievable result, a brilliant goal. Dessers is just shaking his head, but the ball in is sensational. The finish is brilliant, but Rangers defensively sleeping at the back post. Nobody aware that Bruno Fernandes had ghosted in. I don't know whether it was proper, that should have been looking behind him or not. I'll need to see the replay, but really, really poor goal to lose from Rangers' point of view. Just keep it tight. You've got the result. You're going into the last seconds in a match. You see it here. The ball coming in is brilliant. It's Shefty. Shefty is at fault there. Just goes to sleep. Fernandes comes inside him, tucks the ball away home. A good finish from him, but Shefty has got to do better there. It's heartbreaking for Rangers, because to score a goal so late on in the game, and what a goal it was, you're thinking, what a result. We can get out of here with a point, and down the road if you're Rangers, then it's a sensational result, but it shows you one moment of lapse of concentration and a bit of quality.
Well, I mean, you take your eyes off Bruno Fernandes at your peril, and they're away again here, the home team. They've got 2 minutes left here, Rangers, to try and launch salvage mission 2.0. And a broad smile on the face of Sir Alec Ferguson in the standoff to our left. It's been a tough time supporting Man United these days since the great man stepped down from his managerial position here in 2013. And they're smiling now. Fernandes with the goal, and Ruben Amorim will hope that that is the goal that sparks their season. It's a lovely Lovely touch by Diallo as they come again down the right-hand side. Diallo against Jefty. Into the box. Diallo, and Raskin nicks it off him. And then manages to flick it out to McCausland, who rolls it back. But free kick's been given at the edge of the Rangers box for the visitors. Will they get one last chance?
Well, how long's left? I mean,
a minute, and then there'll be some added. There'll be time added because of the Fernandes goal as well.
They just need to get it forward now, Rangers.
We think probably just under 2 minutes from here, but we shall see. Long ball for Rangers. Desser's beaten in the jump by Maguire. He'll be breathing a sigh of relief that Fernandes has bailed him out. For his error, there's a foul by Raskin in the centre circle, and United have a free kick as he brings Rasmus Højlund crashing to the deck.
Yeah, it was a foul. They both kind of sandwiched him. It's not what Rangers need. Man U will just take their time over this.
This is not a happy camp. They're singing just now, but when that Desser's ball hit the net there,
it's funny,
the guys off to our left were furious. Here's Diallo on the right, dancing into the penalty area. Good pace. Diallo running forward, cut out by Proper. Prevents the corner. United have the ball exactly where they want it, deep inside Rangers half, as Fernandes slides it behind for the goal kick. We've played the 5 minutes, and now we wait and see how much more time the Belgian referee will allow this to continue. Long ball Tavernier. Egeman controls in the chest. Infield it comes. Rice now to Curtis. Curtis driving forward. Egeman's on the overlap. Curtis, a poor decision. He's given it straight to Maguire. He was looking for Dessers. Egeman had made a good run down the right of the Manchester United box, and instead the home team are able to take it clear. Curtis wins it back, but how long have Rangers got? Rice with a long ball, looking for Dessers, flicked away by Martinez, who it was set up Fernandes for the goal. It looks to be the winner. It is the Portuguese midfielder on the ball. He's such a class act.
Yeah, really top player.
He's a joy to watch.
Yeah,
when you see him and Bernardo Silva in the same Portuguese team, which we saw against Scotland, it's two fabulous players, both plying their trade in this city.
Yeah, he just sees the game. It just looks so easy for him.
Gallo down the right. We've played 6 minutes, 5 are added. Last chance is going to come United's way by the look of it. It is Fernandes. The referee blows for full time. Late heartache for Clement as he exchanges handshakes with Amorim. Down below us, it looked like Cyril Dessers, for all the money in the world, had secured a point for Rangers tonight as he cancelled out the Butland own goal, which came early in the second half after a goalless first half. Despite the fact Delete had the ball in the net for United, it didn't count. Rangers spurned chances through Yilmaz and Raskin. Then came the own goal from Butland. It was awful for the goalkeeper. But Desser's salvo right in front of the Rangers supporters looked to have seen them pick up a famous away result again. But just a couple of minutes later, 2 moments of quality. The first from Lisandro Martinez with the ball into the box, and the second from Bruno Fernandes, who lashed home. And it means Rangers still have work to do when they welcome Union Saint-Gilloise to Glasgow a week tonight on the final match day of the league phase. They finished here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 2, Rangers 1.